So I'm going to be talking about fertility cleansing and a lot of the common questions that I get about cleansing because I've been getting a lot of them lately. So I figure let's go ahead and cover this for any of you who are new to fertility cleansing. What does it mean? Why in the world would you do it? So thank you guys so much for joining me. So my name is Heather Rodriguez. I'm a natural health educator, and I love to educate about topics with women's health, hormonal health, preparing for pregnancy, fertility topics, all that stuff. So today we're going to be talking about fertility cleansing. And what is fertility cleansing? We'll just start there. So fertility cleansing is where you do actions and you use herbs and you use different ingredients and lifestyle changes to help to prepare your body for conception. This is a place that I really, really like to start a lot of the women that I work with or that I make suggestions to is fertility cleansing. So hey Sharon, when I start working with someone or when I'm teaching my classes, I always break things down to the 5 pillars. And the reason is I like to work with 5 pillars is because we make sure to cover all the different topics when it pertains to overall healthy hormonal health and reproductive health. So I'm not the type of person that when you ask a question, I say, here is your one pill or here is your one thing that's going to help you, right? It's always a matter of lifestyle changes and overall. So that's why I work with 12 pillars. The first pillar, or not 12, that's why I work with 5 pillars. The first pillar is cleansing. So regardless of what topic it is that we're working on or that we're talking about, cleansing tends to be a part of it. Sometimes that cleansing is very simple and it's something you're just kind of doing daily simple liver support, or some people like to start with a fertility cleanse. And that is actually where I start. A majority of people, there are some instances that I do not do a fertility cleanse or suggest that at the very beginning. So the fertility cleanse is an herbal program that you're doing for about 30 days. You start at the day after your period ends. And what it is it's 2 different phases. So it's focusing on helping to support hormonal health, and it's helping to also support circulation and increasing circulation in the body. So phase 1 is starting with liver cleansing. The reason that we focus so much on the liver when it comes to hormonal health is one of the many, many functions that the liver has is it helps the body to detoxify, and it also helps the body to get rid of excess hormones. So we want to start with the liver to make sure all of the detoxification pathways are working correctly, are being supported, and so on. So the first phase is liver cleansing. And in that phase, you're using 3 different products. The first is you're going to be using liver support. These are capsules that you take, milk thistle tea, or not milk thistle extract, and then the liver support tea. Now I don't have, I'm out of that one. So it looks just like this, but it says liver support. So you do those the first 2 weeks of that cleanse, starting the last day of your period. And so this is the time when we're helping support the body to get rid of toxins. This is something the body naturally does. This isn't, a lot of people are like, oh, cleansing's fake or this or that. No, this is something the body's doing on a daily basis. When you use herbs, such as liver support herbs to help the body to in its function with that, you can speed things up, and you can also help the liver to function better, which is always a really good thing. So that's the first phase, is the liver cleansing phase. The second phase is going to be where we focus on uterine health. So this phase focuses on 2 different things. It focuses on hormonal support, and it also focuses on increasing circulation to the reproductive system. So this is taking care of a couple of my other pillars. So increasing circulation is really important because there happens to be any old stagnant blood. We want to get things moving. We want to move the chi. We also want to make sure that your blood is oxygenated. You have great movement within the body. And then we also support hormonal health overall during this time of the cleanse, which is just so needed. Tonics for the uterus, helping the body to balance out hormones for hormone production. Now, this isn't going to be like all be all end all when it comes to hormonal support, but it's a really good jumpstart. So that would be done the second half of the cleanse, and that consists of reproductive support tea and then the amazing woman's best friend. So that's what you're doing the second half of the cleanse. So this is, the tea is a loose leaf tea that you would mix and you would make. I'm getting so many texts from my team right now. It's a loose leaf tea that you would make each day. You could drink it hot or cold. It's absolutely amazing. The reproductive support tea, this is going to taste a little bit more on the kind of the tart side, whereas the liver support tea is going to taste a little bit more like chai, is how I designed it. All right, so some common questions that I get about the fertility cleanse is, when do you start? So you're going to start right after your period ends. So it's really good to already have the cleanse on hand, because shipping nowadays, you can see my dog. Bodhi's back there, because of shipping, right? So just have it on hand. So right after your period's done, you go ahead and begin phase 1 of the cleanse. It comes with a booklet, so it explains all of this. How long does the the fertility cleanse take, usually phase 1 and phase 2 will each last about 12 to 15 days. Now, everybody's different. So you would end the cleanse when your next period starts. So it's has enough ingredients in it to last for 30 days, but everyone's cycle is slightly different. Sometimes I get asked about starting the fertility cleanse like during their cycle, because some people are really impatient. Understandably, I understand, but the reason that we have it designed this way is because we want certain aspects to be in place, like the liver support before you start, the hormonal support, increasing circulation. But when you're on your period, we don't really want to stimulate things too much. So that's why we start afterwards. But if you don't have a cycle currently, all you would do is you would just mark it on a calendar and mark a start date, and then you would begin your cleanse. If you happen to begin your period in the middle of all that, just pause the cleanse and then start off where you left off. So for those of you who do not have a cycle yet, can you take other supplements while you're on the fertility cleanse kit? Yes, you can. Now, I wouldn't just start like all your stuff at once. So if you're already taking something and using something, you can continue that during the cleanse. If you're like all of a sudden gung ho and like, I want to take this, 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 and this, and do the cleanse and start it all at the same time, I generally don't suggest that, because if you have sensitivity to anything that you're using, you don't know what it is that caused it. And also the cleanse in itself for some women can be a lie. It can kind of be a process if you've never cleansed before. So for others, they don't feel anything. So you don't need to feel something to know whether or not the cleanse is working for you. The cleanse will work, period. Something that I run into is that people have a lot of these different expectations for the cleanse. Like the cleanse will bring back your period, or the cleanse will help you get pregnant, or the cleanse will do this or that. All the fertility cleanses is a way to help prepare the body and help to cleanse the body. Now, people have gotten really incredible outcomes after the cleanse, but none of those are anything that's promised or that's common. So if you read through our over 500 5-star reviews on the cleanse, you'll see some pretty incredible stories. Now, the cleanse, the way I designed it, is just simply to help cleanse the body and prepare the body with all of those factors I talked about. So you don't need anything dramatic to happen, and nothing comes out, if you know what I mean. You don't need to have headaches. You don't need to have this whole thing. It's a very gentle cleanse. Now, some people do get headaches. If that happens, you aren't drinking enough water. You need to drink more water and maybe rest a little bit more. But it's a very gentle cleanse compared to a lot of the different types of cleanses that you can do. So what is the best time of day to take the products? Honestly, I would just take them 2 different times per day. Breakfast and lunch is really great to do. Whatever's going to work for you. It's not necessary that you take them with food, but consistency and sticking to it is what's going to be most important, rather than like specifics of time of day, that type of thing. A lot of people will ask, what should I eat during the cleanse? You don't really have to do anything. So you could just do the cleanse by itself and not make any other lifestyle changes. If you're the type of person who's like, yes, I'm ready to make diet changes and eat healthier, also starting with the cleanse, I would suggest something called the 21-day fertility diet challenge that I created. This is a great way to incorporate the fertility rich foods. So you just focus on the important 5 for 21 days. You can go ahead and go to my website, naturalfertilityinfo.com, and find out info about that. I have all the info on how to do that there. Also, adding smoothies and juices, those types of things are great, but don't feel like if that's overwhelming to you, just do one thing at a time. You could just focus on the cleanse. Big question I get, can we try to conceive while on the fertility cleanse? And I definitely suggest that month that you're fertility cleansing, you refrain from trying to conceive. There's a couple of reasons for this. The first is the herbs in the fertility cleanse are not herbs you would normally take while you're pregnant. They're cleansing herbs. Now, the chance of something happening is extremely low if you understand what's happening with implantation, the amount of time that it takes for the fertilized egg to travel and implant, all of that, and then the embryo not actually being attached to your blood system and being exposed to what's in your body. The reality of it, the risks are extremely low of anything beyond this even affecting that. But I'm working with you through the internet, so we always need to just be really safe. The fertility cleanse also, it's best when it's completed in its entirety. So if someone gets like really nervous, like, oh no, could I be pregnant? And it stresses them out, I'd rather you just take a month off and focus on the cleanse. A lot of people will put in the comments, I got pregnant during the cleanse. I did not suggest that. Not saying anything's actually going to happen, but like, you know, it's just not worth it. I wouldn't do any type of very strong cleansing while I was pregnant. Can I do the fertility cleanse while I'm on birth control? No, I wouldn't suggest it. If you are on birth control, you know, you can definitely help support your liver, those different types of things. But when you're preparing for pregnancy, you know, part of that is going to be you coming off of birth control. And a great tool to use once you've stopped birth control is to start with the fertility cleanse. And then how many times can you do fertility cleanse in a year? I would say twice, 6 months apart would be the most. There's other types of cleansing you can add to that if you need additional support. I have classes, different things about that, like digestive cleansing, parasite cleansing, those types of things. And then some people ask kind of, what do I do after the fertility cleanse? Do I need to continue supporting my liver? I would highly suggest it. I think everyone, regardless, should be doing something for the liver every day. That could be as simple as using lemon in water. That could be as simple as using the liver support capsules every day, just continuing to take those. Liver support is important, like period. If I was teaching about any topic, if I was teaching about anti-aging, if I was teaching about digestive health, if I was teaching about healthy immune system, liver is always going to be a part of it. Okay, so that's basically it. That's how the fertility cleanse works. Those are some common questions. If you guys have questions about the fertility cleanse, I'd be happy to answer them if they are on topic. Can I do the fertility cleanse of taking Chinese herbs with acupuncture? So you would, if you're already taking them, you could do the fertility cleanse in conjunction. I just wouldn't start multiple programs at the same time, just because. All right, if you guys have any other questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Let's see, I have some here on Facebook. Okay. Yep. So on the website, if you want more information about fertility cleansing and different ways to support your cleanse, you can find that at naturalfertilityinfo.com and click on fertility cleansing. And I have a guide that you can download. And what that has is it has supportive therapies to do during your cleanse. So if you're the kind of person who's like, all right, I want to cleanse, but I also like, what else can I do? You can do castor oil packs while you're cleansing. You can do self-fertility massage. You can use different essential oils to help your body. You can do dry brushing, saunas, those types of things that are all very cleansing. Can help to support your cleanse. All right, awesome, guys. Well, I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for joining me.